Sources allow us to understand more about specific relatives, identify additional family members, and correct those errors that creep in. I have relatives in Family Tree for whom my cousins have added over 100 sources. Unfortunately, when I want to understand which date or location or name is correct, I give up before I can get through that many sources. Yes, it is very common that certain details will vary between sources within logically reasonable variations, but I want to know what the full name really was, when and where the events really happened, and who the parents really were. Having too many sources in the system is almost like not having any sources, because it becomes impossible to review and understand the evidence. 4 tools tend to resolve these problems. Tool 1. Reduce the number of sources that have to be reviewed to find the answers. Split the list of sources in 2 parts using a banner source entry to divide the list. In the upper portion, keep 1 copy of each critical document. In the lower portion, keep any duplicates of those critical documents, plus any birth, marriage, or death documents for a child in which your person is only listed as a parent. Also keep anything with no vital information elements for this individual in the lower section. Critical documents normally include available copies of each census that individual appeared in, any birth, marriage, or death certificate, plus other appropriate data such as tombstone record, obituary, will, government registration, like SSDI and draft registration, or naturalization forms. Create your banner source by going to the top of the sources and click on Add a Source. Create a source consisting of a title only. The title should consist of a dashed line and perhaps the words duplicates and vital information of others only. By checking the source box during creation, the banner source can be kept in your source box to use for anyone else. To connect this banner source to anyone else, just go into their page, click on the Attach from Source Box selection at the top of the sources, and when the list comes up, click on the word Attach across from the banner source. Tool 2. Sort the sources by date of the event. The sources can be moved and placed in order through a drag and drop process. You can organize either by most recent event dates on top or earliest event dates on top according to your preference. They work equally well. Remember, though, that as you drag, place the cursor over the disappearing gray line at the new position before you release the mouse to drop. Tool 3. When duplicate records appear, make sure that the copy that you keep in the upper section is one that contains an original image of the document. Those original images allow for correction of transcription errors and sometimes contain more information than what was available on the transcript. Tool 4. If you have copies of the same document from both FamilySearch Records and other sites, keep the copy from FamilySearch Records in that upper section as long as it contains the original image. Documents from other sites always contain the risk that something can happen to the site over time. Once the documents are organized, it is very easy to see when a key document is missing, why a given name variation is used, and what the most reasonable date and location should be. At the same time, any suspicion that a mistake may have been made will also be easily resolved by reviewing the evidence from the appropriate documents.